One of the Finnish organizations who has been really bringing the tools for teachers training to Pakistan for almost a decade now is FGES, which stands for Finnish Global Education Solutions. Years back, they started with small training modules offered to some of the best private schools in Pakistan. They were training trainers, but nowadays FGES is working with major projects in several provinces of Pakistan, also projects funded by European Union and implemented by UNICEF. They also work with Aga Khan University and are also in the process to build and open the first Finnish schools in Pakistan with their local partners. When it comes to K-12 education sector and the cooperation between Finland and Pakistan, FGES co-founder and CEO Antti Kaskinen is one of the best persons to share his experiences and tips, and not only with Pakistan, but pretty much around the world. So let's connect with him now. Great to see you, Antti.
Great to see you, Will, as well.
You guys have been around for pretty much for a decade and also worked extensively in the education sector around the world. So tell me quickly about your company. What's your story? What do you do nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, global is the good word. We're on a mission to improve the global K-12 education sector. So starting from the preschool until the end of, let's say, mandatory school years. And what we do in that context is well, number one is that we have a Finnish international school concept with all the successful elements of Finnish education, and we always like to combine them with local conditions and local expertise. We train teachers in many countries. We have solutions for the learning and teaching of mathematics and English and other important elements for K-12 education.
And you guys have also been working with Pakistan pretty much for the same 10 years or so. So tell me a little bit about your ventures so far and what's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it was 2016 when we actually, my first trip ever to Pakistan was actually to a Finland-Pakistan Business Summit in Islamabad. And that's how it all started. We started small. We started by training teachers and local trainers in some of the schools, mostly private schools in the country. And since then we've been again taking smaller steps towards what we really want to do in a bigger scale. And at the moment we have a project in Balochistan which is funded by the European Union and implemented by UNICEF. So we are UNICEF's partners in that. And we have joined forces with Aga Khan University and all that. So that's a big project. We also now have agreed on establishing the first schools together with the local partner, Punjab Group of Colleges, and now our hard work and small steps are actually starting to pay off.
Congratulations, absolutely wonderful steps, and I think that you are doing the right thing. That you start with the baby steps, and nothing happens overnight. So I think the FGS is a wonderful example of that, of such a collaboration and cooperation with Pakistani partners. We all know that generally speaking, people don't know Pakistan so well. So what has been your own personal experience of working in Pakistan so far?
Yeah, it's actually it's very, very good. So of course, I mean, I hardly knew anything about the country before my first trip. And since then I don't know, I haven't made nearly as many trips as you have to the country, but I've been there maybe 30, 40 times. So I think I know already something. And the experience is actually very good. I mean, it's actually great to have a common mission. I mean, I've met so many people who actually want to develop the education sector in Pakistan as well, and being able to join forces with them that's a fantastic thing. Taking those baby steps and meeting with tens and tens of people within the education sector have brought me to a situation where I have met many like-minded people.
I think you're very right on that. We both know a lot of people in Pakistan. I think there is that common understanding and wish, or sometimes a dream, to make the education sector better for the future of the country as well. So that's a wonderful bridge to my next question. That FGES, you have been one of the first ones working in the education field from Finland to Pakistan. So we're talking about 250 million people in one country, and over half of the people are under 30. So what would be your greetings to any other Finnish educationists like you, or institutions, or even companies thinking about heading to Pakistan? It's like, my question might be like, why to Pakistan and how to Pakistan?
Well, numbers are correct. You mentioned the total population, and also that a big percentage of that is people who fall within this K-12 education sector. Of course, sometimes us Finns especially, we tend to forget that the importance of personal connections, which then means that you need someone to open up the market for you. And then when someone is opening the doors for you, then it's up to building the relationships, which will take time. So to build up the reputation and the contact network takes time. So you're gonna have to accept that. And then I'm a firm believer in partnerships. So in other words, you have your elements that you want to take to the country, but then I mean there's a lot of expertise and knowledge in Pakistan, and by combining those two things, to me that's a winning concept.
Yeah, I think you are so right on that. And as one of my best friends in Pakistan said on the stage of the Pakistan Business Summit 23, he said these famous words that I'm using all the time. He said that Pakistan is a country where you can find the best partner in the world or the worst partner in the world, and pretty not so often anything in between. I think the importance of presence and the importance of the right partner, that's a key thing. And I also know that you have had experience of both, and sometimes a lot of luck and sometimes not so much luck. But thanks so much for your time, Antti. And I think the last words would be that welcome to Pakistan.
Thank you. I mean, early May, we're gonna be there in the business summit.
Yes, we see you there. Thank you so much.
You there? Thank you.